This is the best advice that all loan officers out there have to listen to.
That's how you're going to grow your business.
It's the number one all-in-one mortgage platform. Why did you build it? What does it help loan officers do? And Zach, once he goes through that, like what drew you over to that actual statement, to this actual software, to this actual platform?
Yeah, thanks for asking this question. So basically, we all know that mortgage is complicated, and only us, only the mortgage broker, know what problem we are facing. So if we have someone else build a software for us, it might not solve our problem. And mortgage is too complicated. It is impossible to run a company with too many different software that they don't talk to each other. So that is why we decided to build our own software that is all in one, take care of everything together. And when we have such a system like that, it becomes even more powerful because you don't have to make sure all the systems talk to each other. It's all in one piece, and the data sitting there. It's so easy to use the software, and we make it a lot more powerful. We turn the process of closing a loan or getting a loan into something so easy.
Yeah, the process, and I could vouch for it. Obviously, the platform that Thuan has built, it really has helped me a lot in an aspect of having the loans right in front of my eyes. Because as other loan officers, we all were used to using a different LOS systems, Encompass, Point, Arrive, and whatever other LOS systems are out there. I've been doing this for a pretty long time, so I could point out I've used Encompass and Point. So when you're dealing with clients, you have to go one by one to see who you're dealing with. You have to do the search. You have to go back. The platform that this one, it's right in front of you. So in case you're wondering what's going on, if you have one client with multiple transactions, it's right in front of you. You don't need to exit one file out and go back to the next file and then vice versa. It's like, how would I put it? It's all in front of your eyes. And it helps because it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and then let's say you have an active transaction, you can just click it and see the rate. You see the detail of the rate, and you can offer your client. Unlike any other system out there, that the system doesn't talk to each other, and then you might misquote your clients. It's extremely difficult when you work with multiple systems. That is the bottom line. And most software out there built not by the broker. So we build it the way that we know will solve our problem and we help our bottom line.
Great. So Zach, I got to ask you this question, right? Because it's
Sure.
I always share it, right? So you get a point of sale, you get a pricing engine, you get a loan origination system, you get marketing software, staff, and an LOA. Is it true that you're actually not paying additional money?
No,
now that
I'm
you're there?
definitely not paying anything. Well, before when I was with the broker shop, I was paying every separate fee for everything. Search, pricing engine. Some people use Loan Swifter like I was using it, and there was a fee for that. CRM, I was using Be in Touch, and other people use different CRMs like Jungo. You have to pay for those services, right? And then as far as like the LOA was paying out of my own pocket because obviously it's a third party that I had to pay to take care of my deals while I'm not working on them. Loan Factory does everything all in one place, and it's absolutely no cost to any of the loan officers.
That's amazing.
And on top of that, I'm offering any loan officers the ability to build a tool for them. So if you join Loan Factory and you want to do this or that, if Loan Factory doesn't have the feature yet, we will build it for you. If we deem that it's good to help you, because when we build it, it's going to help so many other loan officers. So we have the resources, the engineer to build anything.
What I was going to say, Thuan, is let's talk a little bit more about that. Dive a little bit deeper, because I've been at a bunch of companies. Never once has anybody at the company been like, "We're building stuff for loan officers here. Just tell us what you want if it's good."
Yeah, we build a platform for our loan officers. Our goal is our loan officer. We want to help loan officer to be successful. And in order to do so, we want to empower loan officers, give them everything they need to be successful. And what I have done in the past many years is building a rate company, rate system, rate process, rate processing, rate LOA. I build everything so that they can help me grow my production to be the number one loan officers. And now I share everything I have with the loan officers. And I treat them like a partner. And if my partner need anything, if they have any good idea, if they need a good feature, I have the resource to make it happen for them. So I want to empower the loan officer. If they have a good idea to grow the production, they can share with me. We can make it happen. So if they have a good software out there that they want to use, some feature that they really like, they can tell us and we can help them.
So, Dak, since you've been here, do you feel like that's true? Do you feel like you're a partner of the company? Do you feel like Thuan, on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, that Thuan's out to help you increase the amount of business you're doing?
Yes. I would say, as big as the company is and how many loan officers we have, we actually stay in touch a lot. He does run through things by me to see what I think about few ideas that he has, which is great because that makes you feel like you're a partner of the company, not just implementing things, not just bringing in things without asking, what do you guys think about this? Because he does care about his loan officers. He's always thinking about how to help loan officers, how to increase their business, right? So that's I would say, a true way of being a leader, because he's not caring about his bottom pocket. Because obviously, there's so many other companies out there. I've been part of it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been part of it. At the end of the day, the owners don't really care much about their loan officers. They care about how much money you're making them. And how could you make money if they don't show you or they don't help you generate business?
Yeah, thank you, Jack, for saying that. So the bottom line is we are aware that right now is a very difficult time for our industry, for our loan officers. Right now it's so difficult for everyone. And what I can do to help loan officer is when they join Loan Factory, they don't have to spend money to buy their own software. They don't have to pay any monthly fee. We provide all the overhead for them. So let's say if they have a bad month, they don't close anything, then they don't have to spend any money. Unlike many other company out there, you are on your own. You have to pay for all kind of software, and it add up really fast. And most of the time, it doesn't make sense to pay for uh, three different pieces of software, and you don't even use it. So this is how we help the loan officers. The bottom line is we try to be lean. We pay 100% minus a flat fee, and we don't charge any overhead.
So, Thuan, I think you'll enjoy this question because you and I have had talked about it before. So I'm really excited to welcome someone else into this discussion. So, Zach, Thuan and I had recently talked about is when business starts to slow down, loan officers are out there hustling, trying to help realtors increase their business, find different opportunities out there in the market that maybe they haven't seen. But we don't really have realtors coming to talk to us, right? They don't go out looking for loan officers trying to figure out how to increase their business and how to use us to an asset, right? Why do you think that is?
Honestly, a majority of the realtors don't really care. I mean, they're just there for themselves. They're out there because at this time, not just loan officers are struggling, so is the realtors. These realtors that just joined selling homes or listing homes in the last year, 2 years, or 3 years, they were like literally handed to them. I mean, deals were falling on their laps without even knowing how to go get deals because the interest rates were so low. So I'd say agents don't normally do that because the top producing agents, they're out there trying to produce business. They already have their own preferred partners. They already have partners that they work with that are trusted over years that they've been part of them. So I would say a lot of them that are producing, they already have their own people. The ones that just got into the business recently, they're struggling just like the new loan officers are struggling.
I'm 100% agree. Most loan officer and realtor are struggling. They have no idea of what's going on. They have no idea what they need to do to grow the business. So that is why it is important to join a company that will show you what you need to do to to improve, to grow your business, show you how to do the right thing. So it take a lot. In our industry, it's not easy. You have to hustle, you have to work hard, you have to keep improving, and if not, you're gonna be out of the business really soon. So at Loan Factory, we work together. We try to push everyone to do the right thing.
Nice. I love that. I absolutely love that. So let's go on the heels of that. I can't imagine a better lead into this. So today, you guys both announced in the company meeting that there is a loan officer mentorship program. And as a loan officer, if I'm looking to increase my business, of course, every company out there tells you that they're going to help you grow and they're going to tell you these tactics. And yes, we know a lot of these we have to keep doing. But if we want to go a step further than that, there are pretty expensive coaches that are out there, right? They do a good job. I'm not saying that they don't, but we have to go out and look for that, right? The company has kind of like its cliff, right? So tell us, what brought you guys to the decision to decide to mentor loan officers internally? And what does that look like for loan officers that are that are looking for that type of coaching to become successful if they come to Loan Factory?
So I'll go first. I've had mortgage coaches that I actually paid out of my own pocket, right? They could range from anywhere from $1,000 a month to all the way up to $3,000 a month. Now, if you're a loan officer that don't have those funds available, then you're going to be thrown in the woods with other companies and without giving you the tools how to survive. So the mentorship, I've been advocating to Thuan is that the new loan officers, not only they'll get mentored by someone that's actually been through the trenches, not only how to help them how to structure the deal, they'll know how to put together the deal for them. They'll show them, like basically without them paying monthly fee, they'll be coached to go out there and get business. It's like showing them how to fish, right? You need the rods, you need to go places where there's more fishes. It's basically a step-by-step. It should be a step-by-step because at the end of the day, the new loan officers, they need to learn how to go out there and fish, get their own leads, get their own business. How are they going to do that when they have to pay other companies, other coaches a monthly fee? They're not going to pay those fees unless they're top producing loan officers.
Yes.
So the mentorship program is really perfect for new loan officers because they're not paying anything out of their pocket on a monthly fee basis. And they're getting all the trainings, they're getting all the ways to get business basically without looking what's available out there. Because in social media and there's so many people that pretend to be coaches, but at the end of the day, they have never done a deal in their life.
Yeah, I want to add to that. The mentorship is way better than many other programs out there because no matter how good you are trained, but you don't practice, you will lose everything. Most people learn a lot, but they never be able to practice or to make it become your experience, to improve yourself. So the mentorship at Loan Factory is so much better because if you don't have any deal, you don't have to pay. And if you have any deal, you just share with your mentor and they will help you, they will guide you. It's just their best interest to help you and make sure you can be successful because they have interest in helping you. They will show you how to go out there and get business. They will show you how to improve communication, improve your guideline, your knowledge. So it is so much better. And to share with you one story of mine, when I start my business, I wish I had someone mentor me. What happened is when I start the business, I didn't know anyone. Nobody helped me. So I end up offering rock bottom rate to my consumer so that they will go with me. And that gave me a chance to practice. So I learned everything myself. I learned it the hard way. And I'm willing to do it for like almost free, just so that I can have a lot of clients, so that I can practice. So there's nothing better than have some transaction practice and have a mentor who will coach you, help you, train you. That is ideal. For anyone who want to join this industry, make sure you have a mentor, a good mentor to help you. And this is perfect. This is perfect for any new loan officers.
Awesome. Let's take that a step up, right? A new loan officer looking to learn how to originate, or a lower level producer, maybe you're $5-10 million a year and you're looking to kick it up to 20 or 30. But Zach, here's the question. What attracted a $60 million producer per year to come to Loan Factory? Because this is what I love right here, right? We don't just cover the lower bases, like the entry level loan officers coming in, just getting their foot on the ground, the 10 to 20 million loan officers. You were a $60 million loan officer. They don't typically move that quickly or that often, right? So what attracted you to Loan Factory?
Oh boy, I need to know. I wanted to get to the next step. $60 million. That was last year, and this year is a totally different new story, right? So I wanted to learn from Thuan, how can I get myself into 200 to 150 to 200, 300, 400 million dollar volume. And again, comes back to I want to be mentored by Thuan. I wanted to see what systems it was he using, because at the end of the day, it's all about the systems in place. Anyone could do a certain amount of numbers or exceed those numbers, but they can't get it without the systems in place. So if you don't have the right systems, you're not going to get to the high volume producing loan officer. You're not going to get to to the numbers of your goals. You're not going to hit your goals if you don't have the system in place.
I'm 100% agree with Jack, because it most of us completely fail. They cannot have any transaction. But then a lot of us have been closing like 10 million, 20 million. And as you scale up, it's getting more and more difficult. And like Jack said, if you don't have the support, the system, the pricing, it's extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult because the more business you have, then the more you got distracted, because you have to build a system. You have to have the staff to help you, and then you get distracted. You're gonna spend more time try to build a system, try to train someone to help you, and the more time you spending on those, the less time you spend on networking and marketing and bringing the clients. So it just the problem keep piling up, preventing you from scaling and growing to 200, 300, or $500 million producer. So it is so important to first learn from someone that already done it. Secondly, take advantage of someone, a system already built, and you can get joy and you can have all of it to help you. So I would love to help Jack. And I told Jack that my goal is not to become or stay at the number one loan officers, but my goal is to help hundreds of loan officers like Jack to be the number one loan officer in the state or in the country. So that is my goal. I would love to work with top producer and help them grow even more.
That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. So what I'd like to kind of close this aspect off, right, for the both of you, and I think this is really important. How did you guys both meet each other? How'd this relationship start?
I've been following Ton, even though he doesn't know, for a little bit, because I'm the type of guy that who's doing better than me, and his numbers were screaming out the window. Right, is like, okay, this guy is doing something right. This guy is doing something that I should learn how to do, and I want to get to his level. I was like, I want to pass him. That's my ambitious goals, right? I'm the type of person that if I see someone they're doing way better than I am, I want to learn from the person how to get to that point. I always put an analogy. You go to the gym, you try to get a trainer. You're not going to go to a trainer that's out of shape, right? You're going to go to what's going to attract you is you're going to go to a trainer that's in shape, that's working out, because you want to be like, I want to look like that guy. I don't want to look like this bad guy. They might know how to the aspects of working out, but he's been proven, the guy that's in shape, he's been proven, and he's proving to everybody that this is what he does. So this is how I take things personally. I look at it, I'm like, Thuan's doing all the numbers. He's not just speaking, he's not just putting numbers, he's actually in the business, he's actually producing, he's actually doing, like, practicing, right? So that's how we met. I reached out to him a couple times and we finally connected. And I told them these are my goals, and I would like to join your team. And I told them about what I'm looking for, and we aligned, and here I am today.
Yeah, thank you, Jack. So I always tell all of the loan officers that if you want to get better, you try to locate the top 3 or 5 loan officers that you know in your market. Let's say you are, uh, let's say you are Russian, then looking for someone also Russian that do way better than you, or in your local city or county, and did so well. Then you learn from that person and try to be the same or better. So that we need to learn from other people that are more successful than you are. Try to see how they can do it and why you cannot do it. And for me personally, I try so hard. Everyone have to try hard. But imagine, to be honest with you, every day I spend only 10% of my time originating or bringing the business. 90% of my time is building the system, building, running the company, running marketing and all that. So imagine you join the company, you are so good, you work harder than me, and you have the support of the entire company, the entire system, everyone is helping you. Then I don't see any reason why you cannot be the top loan officer in the country or in the state. So the door is wide open. It is the opportunity. It is something new, completely new. And I want to challenge all the loan officer out there to look out, to compare. And even I myself, I compare all the time. I look at my peer, my other loan officer, even the loan officer within Loan Factory. I learn from every single one because everyone has something, some strength that I don't have. And I want to learn from that person. So learning is important. Keep improving is important. And at Loan Factory, we challenge everyone. I challenge myself so that we can get better and better in every aspect. And our slogan is "We dare you to compare." So we all have to compare. If we're not better, if we see someone better than us, we need to compare and see why, so that we can get better. So we dare you to compare.
I love that. Modeling success. I don't think there's a better way to do it. What I'd like to add to that, and I appreciate the both of you sharing that, and Zach, that being one of the reasons you actually chose to come here. We talked about this briefly in a video before, and then it finally dawned on me, like hardcore actually this morning. There's no other mortgage platform that's been built out there that's been built by the #1 producer in the country. Not one. They've all been part of it. They've all helped critique some of the stuff that's out there, but not one has been built by the #1 loan officer out there. And you touched on this a little bit earlier, Thuan, and if you could just elaborate, like actually how important that actually is. There was a company, there's something that said, actually, like if you think about it, like the Hair Club for Men commercial, right? Is like, I'm not only the president, but I'm a client, right? So it's just like, what kind of a difference that makes to us, right? To know that if we want to grow our business, we can be mentored by someone who's achieved the level of success that you have, but also too, we're going to use the platform that's actually helped you achieve that success that you built, because at every level, you didn't say it in this many words before, but at every level, there's new problems, right? More money, more problems, right? More production, more problems. So like, just talking that for us.
So very, very important to have your own system. So basically, when I build a system, not only is a system that help us to promote the company, to bring in the clients, to process the loan, to help with collaboration, to help with communication, but also it has knowledge in it. It help us. For example, the product and pricing engine that we build will actually have a lot of knowledge. It help the loan officer or the user to determine if the borrower can make a 3% down payment or not. If they buy an investment property, can they make 20% down or not? Depend on if it's a duplex or not. So it will help guide the user. It will help if the loan is a duplex, then what is the loan limit? There's all kind of information out there that is impossible for any ordinary loan officer to remember, to know the limit. And remember, the limit keep changing every year. So while I scale up, I run into so many problems, and My philosophy is if I teach the software, then the software will never forget. The software will remember, and the software will help all the user to avoid the problem. So whatever problem we run into, we tell the software, and the software will help us to and prevent us from making the same mistake again and again. And because we have our own proprietary software or technology, it help us. It not only help us bring in so many clients, but also we can close them quick. Also, we make sure everyone have an easy time closing the loan. It can close fast, on time, but also the client would be so happy. And if you look at the record, we have the best five-star review in the country. No other company have a perfect five-star review with over 5,100 reviews like us. So there are a lot going on. And at Loan Factory, we could make it a reality. We make it happen.
Nice. Zach, so let me ask you this. What problems has the software or the mortgage platform or working for Thuan, what has it already solved for you that you were facing, or what challenges has it already solved since you've been here?
The challenges were basically all in one place. That solves a lot of issues for me because I didn't have to go. I basically canceled all my other subscriptions. Like I was using, for example, Flowify. I was using Loan Swifter. I was using like a CRM. I was using like a LOS. These are four different things that I was using, right? So now instead of logging into four different platforms, it's just one platform. So it makes it a lot easier to get things done. And again, we tend to forget things like, for example, when we have a lot of clients, a lot of pre-approvals, a lot of clients that have inquired about it, it's in the platform where it's right in front of you, right? Just like a CRM. But I don't have to go back and forth to different platforms. It's for me, it's easier for me to keep in touch with the ones that needs to be get touched. Now the platform also has the like just like a CRM. What's the priority of this file? Is it a medium? It's a low? It's a highest or high? So the ones that are red hot loans, you put them as a highest, and it pops right in front of you. So you market that, and it's the same thing as through going through a CRM. However, a lot of times you're not sitting and watching your CRM at all times, right? A lot of people, what they do is they log on to the CRMs, they input their data or upload the data, and it's done. They're not going to see it in front of them all the time. So they tend to forget about what's going on. But with the Loan Factory platform, you don't have to worry about that. It's very hard to explain because all 4 or 5 things that I was logging into now is into one place.
All right. I like that. And if we could, do you want to add anything to that, Thuan?
No, it's just that I spend so much money and time building the platform like that, and I open up to anyone. I don't even charge anything. So there's nothing better than that. You gotta use the same platform. You got the same support. You got a free LOA to help you. I mean, everything is so good. I don't see any reason why any loan officer might not consider that. I mean, that's why I challenge every single loan officers out there to compare everything you have, the pricing, the commission that you can earn, the support that we provide, the software that we provide, everything you can compare, and then you tell me, share with me.
Yeah, I would like to say, just like Tuan said, people leave where they're working because they're lacking something, right? They might have 90% of the things, but they still are missing the 10%. So I would say take a look at our systems, take a look at, what we're doing, because there has to be something right where the number one producer, he's been the number one producer for many years. Something's right, right? So why not use the system that he's built that for his own clientele and just literally build your pipeline, build your business that way? Why trying to reinvent the wheel when you don't have to? That's the biggest thing in any business, right? Like, for example, I'm a sports fanatic, right? For example, if for Laker fans, Kobe Bryant followed everything Michael Jordan did. He even got Michael Jordan's trainer because he wanted to be as good as Jordan, or he wanted to be as better than Jordan. And he did accomplish that, right? Same thing with me. Why not go to someone that's done such incredible volume of numbers of units and learn how to get there?
Yes, thank you, Jack. So another thing I want to share is most of the loan officer, when a client come to you, they, let's say the client shop around, right? So it is extremely important to be a tiny bit better than your competitor, because your client will choose you or not depend on if you're better than your competitor or not. And just a little bit better will improve your chance of winning. So it could be pricing, it could be the technology that you have or the support that you have. So if you can use technology to, to prove to the client that you are good, you can quote them the rate instantly, you send them the information right away, you can answer the question quickly, it will increase the trust and they will choose you. So if you have all kind of support and the technology and the know-how, you do the thing, you do your business, you run your business the right way, then it's a lot easier to win. And if you join a company that can make you 10%, 20% better, you better join. You better move. Why would you stay in the same company and your skill or your support or your business stagnant like this? Why didn't you move so that your business can be improved 10%, 20%, or even 50%? And that will help your bottom line. We are running a business. All of us are running a business. And if anything can help your bottom line, help improve your business, you should consider that. And I see that most people don't want to change. One example, so many thousand or 10 of thousands of loan officers out there still using Calyx Point, the old software that is not on the cloud, and people are still using it.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I'm sorry to say, I have no idea. I have no comment about that. Now we are talking about AI that can underwrite a loan. We talk about so different amazing technology out there, crypto, so many good things are happening out there. And we still using Calyx Point, where it's a standalone application, no cloud, no thing. And people still using it. I have no idea. So that's why we challenge everyone to think really hard, to compare, and we have to make change. We have to change.
I agree. So so Zach, I think you're going to talk on this, right? And it's kind of what he was just saying there. It was funny. One of our other loan officers I was talking to yesterday, and I asked him this question, and he was like, "Actually, can you repeat that? Because I don't necessarily know if I follow." And the question was, are you spending more time working in your business or on your business since you've been here at Loan Factory? And he said, "Patrick, do me a favor. Can you just elaborate on that? Because I don't necessarily that always kind of stumps me, and I know it's really important." So in order to grow your business and go where Thuan has, and Thuan, you can tell me if I'm wrong when considering this, but I've always shared this with people about Thuan, is everybody thinks, even you said it in the beginning, you offered rock bottom rates, but you did that to get attention, right? And then when you started making the transition from 30 to 50 to 70 to 200 to 500 to 2 billion, right, in production, you made that change to stop working in your business and start working on your business, right? You weren't focused on being just a loan officer. You were focusing on creating a mortgage brokerage and creating a reputation and creating a legacy, right? So Zach, since you've been here, do you feel like that's one of the challenges that you have to overcome to get to 100 to 150 to 200 is always be working on your business and not in your business?
Yes, I do agree with that, because you have to start delegating things. You have to stay, get out in front of your computer, because majority of loan officers, they're just scared. They don't want to let go. And I was one of them. And I'm still am, trust me, to some extent I am. And I'm learning how to let go. And the system that Thuan has built, as far as having the LOA, having the internal processors, someone's on top of your files, that really helps for you to let go and go out there and focus on what's most important, is money making activities, right? MMA. If you're out there networking, if you're out there having lunches or dinners with clients, or breakfast, or going to conferences, and not have to worry about your what's going on your loans at all times, that's how you're going to grow your business. And he's built that for everybody. And again, like I said, I'm one of those guys that didn't wanted to let go, but I'm starting to let go a lot because I trust the people that's working on my files.
Thank you, Jack, for providing a very valuable advice. To be honest with you, this is the best advice that all loan officers out there have to listen to. I talked to so many loan officers, even good one, and they're making the biggest mistake by keep holding on to everything. They don't want anyone to touch their loan. They don't want anyone to process their loan. They want to handle everything from A to Z. And you know that. I mean, like Jack said, why don't we focus on the money making activity? Because that is the most important thing. And and a lot of smart loan officer, they are so smart. They spend most of their time networking, bringing the business, and then they have a junior loan officer take care of their business and pay the junior loan officer, let's say a quarter or less than 50 basis point. So the loan officer, the senior loan officer makes so much more, no stress, go now have fun, make a lot more money. And when the junior loan officer sweating and work so hard to close the loan and making very little. So same thing, why would a loan officer spend most of their time processing loan? I have no idea why. I know that the loan officer want to make sure the client is happy, the loan can be closed, but that is not your job. It's the job of the processor. And why you keep hold on to that job? You want to be a loan officer or you want to be a loan processor? So ask yourself that question. Or you want to be everything. You want to do everything yourself. Why? Why? Imagine if I am one of those loan officer, want to do everything myself. How could I scale and close 6,600 loans a year? No, that's not impossible. So you need to delegate. Like Jack said, we need to delegate. We need to hire people. We need to get support. So those are the best advice. Thank you, Jack.
Thuan, let's go a little bit further down that. Let's go further down this path, right? Because and Zach, I'll ask you the question is, so in order to let go, right? It's that trust factor, and when the process that's typically put the place is, it's you, your assistant, and then one processor to take it from application to closing. That could be very unnerving, right? Because they do have so many touch points with the consumer. But would you not agree that it's a little bit easier to let go? And I apologize that I'm kind of like going down this route with you on this, but I think it's fair for loan officers external to our company to understand this. Thuan's built a system where one person isn't responsible for that whole part of the transaction. He has experts at each stage of the process. Do you feel like, please talk on that, and do you agree with that?
I actually do, because I'm experiencing it. It's not like that I'm not experiencing it and I'm looking from outside in. I'm actually inside, and it's happening right now with my own clientele, so my own loans that are active in the pipeline. It's basically, first contact is obviously me, as you should be as your loan officer, that's your client. But then I have the loan officer assistant that puts everything together. Then you have what is it called? Not a processor, a submitter, if that's even a word. Someone that submits the file, right? And then the processor takes over. And then after the processor, then you have a closer that makes sure that the file gets funded, get the docs are out. So there's someone's touching the file in every stage of its every stages. So trusting to let go, because you have people to back you up, and their job is to not mess up. Obviously, at the end of the day, right? Their job is to make sure that things are getting done on a timely manner. And again, it's Friday. I'm actually in the car driving. My wife is driving, but we're going out for the weekend. But I have a huge pipeline. But I know the people that are supporting me, they are helping me to make sure the files are moving forward. So, as a loan officer, if I had the trust issues, I would be right now on my laptop, not being on this conversation. I'll be on my laptop, stressing out what's going on. I'm not dealing with that, right? I'm stressed to some extent. I'm stress free. I can't say you cannot be 100% stress free because that doesn't exist, right? But to extend where you could be stress free, to extend to where you know that you have people backing you up, to helping you out throughout the whole process of the loan, that makes me feel good because I'm able to go ahead and enjoy the weekend with my family.
Thank you, Jack. And I want to add one more thing on that. So, so it's about trust issue. Trust. And of course, your client might concern like, oh, someone gonna help you? Is that person know what they do, what to do, and is my loan can be closed on time? Of course, they always have the concern. But if they know that you work together as a team, you have someone to back you up, it's so much better to gain trust than you are a solo loan officer. Everything you do is by yourself. You are a solo loan officer. You are an individual loan officer. Of course, as an individual loan officer, how good can you be? Of course, you cannot be as good as a team with people standing behind you and helping you and back you up. For example, let's say you're on vacation, you got sick, something happened, someone will take over and help you. So it's the power of teamwork, and that teamwork will help build your trust. Your client will trust you and your team even more. And trust is everything here in the business. When they trust you, everything is easier. The client will be you're so much easier on you. They will cooperate with you. They they will be happy, a lot more happy with you. So that is why we build a model like this. We want to help everyone, even the clients.
And what I enjoy most about hearing this, and especially getting it from Zach, because I have the privilege of speaking with Thuan, quite frequently about this stuff, and it's always us having this one-on-one discussion. But to hear an actual loan officer that's doing the type of production that you're doing right now, Zach, and feeling that confidence and starting to actually let go, it's really actually very rewarding to be part of this discussion. And to Thuan's credit, so and I'd like you to answer on this, and I'm trying to expand as much as I can because I feel like the more insight that we could share with loan officers at every level, right, on what's going to help them continue to be successful and what you're experiencing right now. So in the process, the customer comes into our ecosystem, they apply for a loan, we do the pre-approval process for them, and we have all their documents right then and there, right? So when we think about the amount of people, because some people are like, Loan Factory, it's a ton of production. There's no intimacy between you and the consumer. It's just pound as many transactions as possible. Zach, do you feel like your clients are not being treated and communicated with as people care about them because our reputation's a Loan Factory and we do a ton of production? Or do you think you're actually getting more time with the clients, more valuable time with the clients, because you're not working on that stuff with one other person?
I would say my clients are actually, they see the difference between where I was to where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Because they do understand that, yeah, the company does a lot of volume and units, but doesn't mean that we're lacking the support. So a lot of companies out there, when the volume gets high, the units gets high, the support drops, and it has to, because they don't have enough manpower to help them. Thuan in the back, and we talked, he's hiring more people. He's bringing more support to be able to get the process a lot faster, to get it done quicker. Personally, my files right now, they're moving fast. I haven't lost a step. I actually have gained a step. To I'm more moving forward than going backwards, and I'm more busier now than I've been in the last 6-7 months. So why am I busy? Because I'm not working in my business. I'm working on my business. I'm out there networking with people. I'm out there generating business. I'm doing all the money making activities that I know I should, and not have to worry about the back end. And that's and as a new loan officer, if you're coming on a board, if you're thinking about switching, you have to ask yourself, at my current location, am I getting the support, the help to generate more business? If the answer is no, you gotta take a chance and look at us. In order for anything to improve in life, you have to take risks. You have to take chances. You have to look out. You have to do things that are going to improve it, right? Improve yourself and your business. So at the Loan Factory, every single individual loan officer is their own. It's their business.
That's fantastic. So how complicated, Zach, is it to understand our commission structure?
How complicated it is? How complicated can it get? It's easy. You know, you get 100% of your files minus the house fee, and that's it.
So you don't have to worry about the volume of production you close, the units of production that you close, what quarter it is, what month it is.
No. That's a tiering system. So I've been part of the tiering systems. I come from, again, I've been doing this for about 20 years. So I've done the broker side, I've done the direct lender side. So a lot of the companies, they'll give you the highest compensation if you're doing a certain amount of business. After you hit 8 loans, after you hit 7 loans, after you hit 10 loans, then you get the highest ones. But if you have a slow month, if you have 1 or 2 loans a month, let's just say, you get the bottom tier, right? Which is, I don't think it's fair. Here, it's flat no matter what. You do 0 loans or you do 20 loans in a month, you're still going to get your 100%, and again, minus the house fees, and that's it. Doesn't matter what tier you're in. Doesn't matter what level you're in or how many are you doing. It's not complicated. It's very simple.
I would like to help the loan officers out there. I want to make sure we don't rip them off. We want to make sure they make 100% commission that they deserve to. So we keep only a flat fee, and we do not want to reward the people that doesn't do the work and make so much money. So we want to keep it simple. Basically, there are 2 types of model out there. One is a recruiting model, where everyone in the company keep recruiting and recruiting. The more people you recruit, the more override you can make. And then the other model is everyone in the company are trying hard, try to be a good loan officer and make more. The better you are as a loan officer, the more money you make, and you don't have to pay anyone for recruiting you. So you got to keep 100%. No money go to the recruiter. That way, everyone is rewarding the right way. If you are producing, you keep everything. You keep 100% commission. That is our basics. That is our philosophy, and we believe in that. We believe that receiving an override for not doing anything is not correct. Even if someone receives an override, the company should be the one that paying for it, not the loan officer itself. So I am trying hard to rewarding everyone for helping the company, but you at the producing loan officer, you deserve to get paid 100% minus a flat fee. No one else should keep the override from you. If you join a company that can make you 10%, 20% better, you better join.